What is going on, everyone? Colonel Cottonbelt working on a double slip and just seeing what everybody's up to. Hope everyone is having a great start to the Labor Day weekend. Well, I don't know if y'all across the pond or across the really big pond celebrate Labor Day weekend, but we do in the States. And so we're all off on Monday for Labor Day weekend. So I ain't got much going on, so I decided let's work on a double slip. That's the next turnout I need to do for the town of Brinkley. And if you got to watch Back on Track this morning, I was live with the Back on Track crew sharing what I've been working on in the layout. So let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got channel member Dwight Curley with the Curley Express is in the house. And then we have Brad from Willow Creek Industrial Spur. So welcome, Brad. So I went ahead, I got a head start on this thing. And we got Hot Dog Pilot Andy just popped in. What's going on, Andy? So, man, it's late for you over there. I figured you'd be in bed asleep. But it is the weekend. So, Andy, do y'all call it Labor Day weekend over across the pond? Or do y'all just call it a bank holiday? I'm just curious. And we got channel member Lynn McCurdy in the house. What's going on, Lynn? And we got my mom and dad watching together in here as well. We got, I'm assuming, is that Ron with Southwest Railroad? Let me know if I got that right. So, I'm in the middle of filing, so I apologize if the noise is loud. I'm trying to do it under the table so that way the noise is not unbearable and I don't have to mute and unmute and mute and unmute. So I did get it right. So it is Ron with Southwest Railroad. And we got Dwayne's Fork and Spoon in the house as well. So for y'all that are just coming in, this is what we're working on. The beautiful double slip. I've already got the ties put in place and they're already gapped. So that way we don't have a short. So that's what I am working on. You do not have a very good connection. That does not surprise me. So let me try that. Let me try something. I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off. We're going to see if that helps. Is this better? And we got James here. Good evening, James, with the Dundas Junction Model Railroad. Let me know in the chat if this connection is better or worse. Well, guess that did something. I actually turned the Wi-Fi off. So I would think it would be worse. So I don't know. But I see my connection going in and out. So Andy says it's better. So I don't know. I guess one half dozen's another. And now I got comments popping up down at the bottom. A little, very little better. Yeah. So internet's not good out here. I'm going to be real with you, even though I'm on fiber, but I'm working off my phone. So I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm not using the computer setup. So I don't know what's going on with the wireless in the area, but if it ain't working, I apologize on the front end, but maybe you can still kind of tell what I'm doing. So, yeah, it's like I said, I'm using my phone. It's with the Wi-Fi. I'm not using my desk setup, so I don't. I turned the Wi-Fi off, but when you live out in the sticks, and I mean, I really don't live in the sticks. I mean, I live on the edge of town, but far enough that self-service is not the best, that's when you start running into internet issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I've already got one of the stock rails already done. So with the stock gaps filed, so there's one and there's the other. So that's where the blue is. But it's kind of hard to tell. But you can kind of see that it's gapped. Um, why not use the better system? Because the better system's at my desk, and my desk has a lot of stuff on it right now. So, and the only reason I say it's the better system is because it's actually wired in. Um, Lynn, I don't know what's going on. Over a year ago, I clicked on my cells so I wouldn't miss any of your live shows. Now it tells me when anyone is on but you. Well, Lynn, I don't know what's going on with that. And I just went on, so you're not late. I mean, heck, you beat Joe Rader in the house. So Joe ain't even here yet. I don't even know if he will show up. But all right. I've got one more to file on this one. So, and then we can start soldering the stock rails in. So the downside about the double slip is you got a lot more filing to do. Yeah, you beat Joe. Joe Rader's not here. Now, Dwight is the one who got the tuna fish cookies. So you're not going to beat Dwight over his cookies. And then Brad from Willow Creek was the only other one that was here before I started. So I apologize if y'all hear the filing noise in the background. If you don't hear it, then that's great. Make sure that looks good on that end before I move it to the other end. So for those that missed it, I was back on track this morning with Claude and Boxcar Jerry, and I gave just kind of a little bit of a layout tour and a little bit of what I've been working on. And for those that have been following on my Facebook group or some of the other Facebook groups that I've been posting on, the big Mamba Jamba is done. It's complete. Adam Cruz, what is going on? That view I just joined on, I didn't think I joined the right type of stream. So, Adam, I'm filing rail, but I'm trying to do it because, I mean, this is annoying. So, I'm trying not to get all that on camera. All right, let's take a look at it. Still got one side that's up a little bit. All right, that's good. All right. So, how's everyone's weekend going? Any big layout projects? So, Adam says I'm good. I'm in crunch mode for the Corp PM coming up at the end of the month and still recovering from surgery 3 weeks ago. Wow. So, if you don't mind me asking, what did you have done on your ear? My wife actually works PRN or as needed. Or a ENT, a surgical ear, nose, and throat. You don't have to say if you don't want to, though. So no pressure. All right, now the fun part. Putting in all the flux. Oh shit, that was too much flux there. Do y'all want me to angle the phone down so y'all can see a little bit more of what I'm doing? I can if y'all want me to. 14-foot long train station and sidings. Holy crap. That sounds pretty long, Lynn. Dwayne says he's going to make some videos tomorrow. How about that? Is that better? So sometimes I like to use these point forms to hold stuff down as I'm doing my soldering. It just seems to make life a little easier. All right, Ron says it's a good view, so we're going with it, y'all. All right, here we go. Let the fun commence. I have to clean that one up later. Let me get this one here. All right. Too bad Heath isn't here to see the smoke. Well, the only smoke you're going to get is from the flux. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Dwight. You better get after him. 12 people watching and only 2 thumbs up, man. Y'all gotta do better than that. Because not many people can build turnouts. And y'all get to see this in real time. So y'all get to see me make my own mistakes. Not many people out there do this. A couple of these spots are just a pain to try to get done. I mean, I know there's people out there that build turnouts, but there's not near as many. I know a lot of people are intimidated. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. Okay. All right, we got one stock rail done just like that. There you go. I will tell y'all this, when it comes to building turnouts, it gets easier over time. Like, and that's anything you practice at, right? You do stuff over and over and over again, eventually you're good at it. For the stock rail. Yeah, so I will tell y'all, Andy, for sure, I attempted this one without the. Boy, was that a mistake. You would think the double crossover would, because it's 4 turn diamond. But I will tell you, this guy here is a lot more cool. And I had to buy a special saw. It looks like a coping, but it's called a saw. And I have to use it um, as well. Come on. Here we go. All right. Proto 87 stuff, but he's closing shop. Wow, Lynn spit out a new video today. How does that count? Well, like James said, how far did you spit it? I mean, was it just a few inches? Was it several feet? Hey, Artie's in the house. What's going on, Artie? And Kyle Stevens pops in too. So yeah, how far did you spit it? That's a good question. Man, how did I miss a solder joint? All right, I got it that time. All right. So on this one here, I have to use something to kind of push the rail into the jig because it's a spot where the points hit. So it's not very well secured on the other end. Okay. Let me take that one off. Red Tails, wasn't that the Tuskegee Airmen? I don't quite remember. All right. Got one more to do right here. All right. Now I got to do this here other side. Ah, hey, I knew something after all. How about that? All right, so I apologize for being real quiet on this part, but I've got this rail. It's wanting to roll over on me, which is not good. So sometimes as I'm doing these things, it's like I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. It looks good. All right, now just to finish it up. Okay, and I've got 3 more to do. Well, a little more, about 6 more. Some of these I try to solder on both sides just to give it a little bit more stability. I try to anyways. But there's certain spots you just can't. Okay. And I got two more ties to do. I got this one. And this one. Okay. All right. Hey, Dave from DES Media Productions is here. What's going on, Dave? Silent Dave. Or as Steve Childers says. Here we go. All right. 2 stock rails in. I'm just trying to kill all the bubble solder I've got. Because I know I've got it. Here we go. All right. Well, those are the only rails that I had pre-made. So now I have to start making everything else. Probably start with the guardrails next. I think those are fairly easy to make. Well, that's already been 30 minutes. And all I've got done is the 2 stock rails. Hey, Michael McCarville, what's going on, Mike? All right. So the nice thing about when you're doing the guardrails, when you have these jigs, over here on this end, they give you a spot to where you can put the rail in, and it's a measurement for your guardrail. So you just put the rail in, take your rail cutters, butt it up to the jig, and cut it right off, right? But wait, there's more. After you cut it, okay. So the rail will perfectly fit in the centerpiece here, but you got this little piece and this little one here too, right? So what those are for is you put your rail in and you take it and you just use your thumb and bend it a little. Come to the other side, do the same thing, and that it's kind of hard to tell, but that gives you the perfect bend on your guardrail. Which one of them I did not get enough bend in. And one of them I got too much bend in. And so you can use those to get it bend exactly where you need it. There we go. That works. So now I can put a little bit of flux paste there on both of those. And right here, there's your guardrail. So now I got 3 more of those to do. So watching me do this inspired Lynn to cut not 8, but 80 blood pressure pills in half. Man, I just barely have enough rail on this guy. Well, I gotta file this end down. All right. I figured we'd do all the easy stuff first, right? All right, Dwayne, have a good night, bud. Thanks for popping in. We will see you next time. You have a great Labor Day weekend if I don't see you again. All right. I'm going to pull us a little closer. Let's go that way. There we go. So the one I'm fixing to put in is this one here. All right. So that is, well, yeah, there you go. You can see them. So you can see this side over here has got the guardrails, and this side over here does not. Okay. All right. And so this is going to be the next piece I'll work on. So I'm working on one side, then I'll work on the other, kind of. I'm trying to make sure that I utilize the rail I have because I've only got like 6 or 7 pieces left, which is not going to be enough to finish all the turnouts in Brinkley, but I need to try to be as conservative as possible. So one of the things to do when you're doing the points in the middle is you can take your rail and use the jig to get the proper angle filed on it. So that's what I'm fixing to do. There we go. And it puts just that right angle on there. Matthew Goodchild, first time here watching you live. Been watching a few of your videos when I saw you live this morning looking at the LCC videos. Well, thank you, Matthew. I need to make another one. However, with the LCC, they have implemented the Q logic. And so I've been reading up on the newest book. Let me grab it real quick. I have it right over here. All right. But Layout Command Control 2025, and it's by Dana Zimmerelli, PhD, so Dr. Dana W. Zimmerelli. But it includes the Q logic that LCC is starting to go to. I know enough of that to be dumb, if that makes sense. All right. So I got to make a few marks. So we're going to make a mark there. That's going to be a bend mark. This mark is going to be for a point or for the stock rail, followed by that one there. And then we're going to Sharpie it on the inside so I know what is what. And then I have to use the good old stockade tool. So, bonus question for brownie points. How many points are on a double slip? Looking for my Allen wrench. Oh, there it is. James, why do you got to switch to an ESU system if your NCE system fails? I don't understand that. Matthew, so far it's a real good book. It is a real, real good book. And Lynn McCurdy is correct. There are 8 points. Because a double slip has 4 points on each side. All right. That looks good so far. Well, James, because you can't get it repaired in Canada does not mean that you can't get it repaired. You just can't get it repaired in Canada. NCE can ship to Canada. Now, if anybody is telling you that NCE cannot ship to Canada, then I have a hard time believing that. Ooh, I got a splinter. Owie. Well, what's going on with your NCE system? Like, why is it not working? Because my NCE system is, God, how old is it? I bought it brand new in 2016. So my NCE system is like 9 years old and it still works like a champ. All right. Now the next step. We got to bend the rail at that other dot. Now I'm going to make another mark. Well, if your NCE system's working fine, what you worried about? I'll tell y'all all this. If my NCE system was to ever go out, because I have gone to Blue Nami, I'm just going to put in a DC system and not worry about using DCC. Because there's no need for it because I'll be doing Bluetooth. Matthew, yes, I got the book off of Amazon. Dick Bronson, the owners of RR Circuits, is the one who told me to get that book. And Ron, there is nothing wrong with having the poor man's system. The whole point is if you can run trains, that should be all that matters. UP Fans 71, aren't you fancy? Absolutely, I am. I am one of the bougie model rail. Well, not really, but if I was bougie, I wouldn't be building my own turnouts. But manufacturer turnouts are not as good as my turnouts either. The only things that I've noticed that change with LCC is the implementation of the Q Logic system, which is Siemens automation. So the way that they're doing all the conditionals and stuff, and I haven't played with it as much, so I don't know. All right, now that we're going to turn those into guardrails. Well, I'm just going to tell y'all this. When it comes to DCC, DCC is an NMRA standard, just like LCC. It is a NMRA standard. As long as the manufacturer follows NMRA standards, it doesn't matter what system you use. It should all work interchangeably as far as the system and the decoders. So, for example, you don't have to have a Digitrax system to run trains that have Digitrax decoders in them. Just like you don't have to have an NCE system just to run your trains with NCE decoders. And yes, NCE makes decoders. It's all about, do they follow the NMRA standards or do they not? All right, that guardrail's in. And so, like I'm saying, because now that I'm going Blue Nami works just like DCC, even on DC. You can consist, you can, you got the sound functions, everything. And it's all done via Bluetooth. And speaking of Blue Nami, they've announced the first Blue Nami in-scale decoder, which is the BLU 1100, and they should be coming out to market within a couple of weeks. Because I've got a steam locomotive that I'm going to be getting one for. And I mean, as far as decoders go, no matter if it's ESU, TCS, soundtracks, you name it, depending on what your preferences are, depends on which manufacturer is the best for you. Um, if you want to do like custom sounds and stuff, I think ESU is probably the best way to go. Even though I've seen where now TCS's decoders allow you to input a micro SD card. So I don't really know much about it. But I'll say, as far as like, having Bluetooth capability, shoot, there's only one manufacturer that's got that. All right. So this is where I'm at. We got guardrails on all four parts now. And now I'm fixing to start putting in, I don't know what you call these rails. I have no earthly idea what you call these guys. I mean, there's some type of stock rail. Actually, I realized I made a boo boo. I actually did this backwards. Okay. I might still be able to use this rail, but not right now. All right, so we're going to have to break out a new piece of rail. All right, where is my slip switch? Okay, there we go. All right, fixing to get to filing, so I apologize if this is loud and annoying. All right. So I actually got a step mixed up. What did I do with my Allen wrench? Is that what fell? Yeah, that's what fell. Hey, Closet Branch. Welcome. Man, I'm surprised some of y'all over there on that side of the pond are still up. Or Closet Branch, which that? Are you in Australia with Brad? I know Andy was on here earlier. Okay. This is where I was supposed to do that. Okay. I'll do that. This is where I need to make my mark. Ah, you're going to bed soon. Okay. Well, I greatly appreciate you being in here before you went to bed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the first set of points. And I'm going to get the edge filed on it. Hey, Gerald Stewart, welcome. How are you doing, sir? All right. And let's see here. Why are you not moving? There you go. All right. Okay, that's 1 point. All right. Now we got to make the other point. Let's see here. I believe it's this side I need. Yes. And we got Mystic in the house. And Mystic, don't worry, you're not my baby daddy. And for those who don't know what that's about, I suggest you follow Steve Childers. Take a look at that. That looks good. Mystic said, wow, last thing I expected to hear. Oh, Mystic, I do have something to show you. Hold on. So I did get some items from the train show because I did trade some things. Let me see if I can find it for you real quick. You should feel honored and you should feel special. All right, Mystic, just for you, okay? How about- Just for you, I knocked it out of the box. But it's a kit that's got to be put together anyway, so why does it matter, right? Now I'm just going to show it to you outside of the box. How about that? There you go. Now you cannot accuse me of not having anything Southern on the layout. And the build date on that dude is 1944, so I'll have to give it a good weathering job when I get to it. All right. Yeah, I found some pretty cool stuff at the train show. Check this out. This is a wood laser kit. An A-frame cabin. All right, Kyle, you have a good one, buddy. We'll see you next time. All right. Back to doing this. And we'll make a mark right in the dead middle. All right. And we'll hold it over here on this side. I can't say I do remember the instructions telling me to do the frogs last. So we're going to get the points in first. All right, that actually looks right. So now let's see here. I need to look at something before I screw something else up. Nope, double slips on the other side. Okay, that's what I thought. So it's only the 3 center ties that I do. And that's okay. I've only done so that one didn't even have a slogan on it. So that would have been like before the slogans. Well, Ron, you know I've got a lot of SP. Actually, I got my local hobby shop told me that I've got 4 cotton belt box cars. The wooden ones came in just the other day, so I got to go get those. $115 for 4 cars, and that's including taxes. All right. Oh, don't you do that to me. Okay. All right. So unfortunately, this spot here, you don't have much room to work. So I've got to turn it this way. Use that to hold it down. And the rails we just added are right here. So now we're going to do that on the other side. All right. All right, James, have a good evening, bud. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in. All right. All right, now I got to file another set of points. That looks good. Spin that back around. Jason, you already passed the break even on those points. On the point forms, yes. On the jig, no. Because this is the third slip switch I'm building. But the nice thing is, I could always resell the jigs and recoup a lot of my money back. All right. But I will also say there's been some other turnouts that I built that I have definitely recouped the cost. Because, see, I don't have a jig for those diamonds, and I've already built 3 of those. Two of them being on that big Mamba Jumbo I just got done doing. All right. Time to do the other point. All right, let's see here. I did that one, so I need to do this side. Already, I could see you selling. But if I ever saw you on a sailboat, I would think you're Captain Blackbeard. I know I probably could have passed for that a while back. So, all right, filing again. Oh, yeah, there we go. But I will say, I thought I was going to have to do two of these for this section of the layout, but I think I made some changes, and I think I'll be able to not have to do two double slips. I would really like it if I don't have to do two double slips. And then do a throat to throat Y instead. All right. Click it on this here. Alrighty. And let's see here. Okay. Now the fun part. Getting it soldered together. I don't think I'm gonna see what happens if I put that point form there. So just try to drop some solder on those two. Flip it around. And that's where we want it. All right, got that one done. And the middle one. Come on. There. So there you go. So those are the first set of points. No, I am not Super Freak anymore. Actually, I still am. But how are things going in Eric's world? I am RROCom model trains. That looks good. All right, now I'm going to go back to the rail that I cut earlier. This is going to be my toad rail. And yes, slip switches have toads. Much older than planned. And I heard that. So this is the mistake I made. I did not cut out the toad like I was supposed to. So we're going to attempt to save this piece of rail. And put in toad. And I think it needs to be this one. No, it's going to be this one. I can get the rail in there. There it goes. This is one of those that I'm probably going to have to file, and because I made a mistake. That I'm going to have to file it and keep working it till I get it to where I need it. All right. Yeah, I file those as well, man. Taxes, whoo. I think it was Benjamin Franklin said that I don't remember the exact quote, but it was like the two things to fear was death and taxes. That sounds about right. Yeah, I'm still way off. I think I can cut off about this much. And then we'll do it again. If I got any closer. Wrong side. Second time I've done that. Let's see. Keep dropping this dead Allen wrench. Code 80 is what the hobby shop had an Encode 80 Atlas custom line. I'm sure much better options today, but I have started almost 25 years ago and I'm not starting over. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't, not with as much track as you have. That would be ridiculous. I mean, for those who don't follow Eric over at imrro.com, he's basically got a club size in scale layout. All right, let's see here. Let's see, can I live with this? I think I can. Let's see what happens when I bend this guy here into shape. I think we might be in business. We're going to go with it. We're going to see what happens. And let's see here. We're going to need that and that. Okay. So is in scale code 80 like HO scale code 100? Just curious. Ah, shoot. All right, got that guy in. Being a pain in the ass. Ooh, that's hot. I mean, there just is not much room to work with in here. There we go. All right. So the rail we just got done putting in is right here. All right. Give me a drink of water. Well, I'll tell you, the code rail that I'm using is not much higher than y'all's code. And I'm using code 83. So just 3/1000ths of an inch taller. All right. Let's see. Toad. See which toad is it going to be? It's going to be that toad. All right. Okay, I need to head off and get my car started after sitting for 3 months. All right, Artie. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you popping in here, hanging out with us for a little bit, and we will see you next time. All right. Make a mark. I need to make a few marks. That mark there, and that mark there. And put a bend in the rail there. So that way I can figure out how long it needs to be. Put a mark there. So who would have thought a double slip is time consuming to build? Oh, I could have told you it is. So believe it or not, I actually had a regular number 5 turnout built. That means all the rails cut, gapped, and everything. And even started gluing the wooden ties. And had all that done by An hour and a half at the most. Okay. I think my goal for tonight is to get half of this one built. If I can get it half, I think that's an accomplishment. And then I could try to build the other half tomorrow. All right. Stockade tool. There it is. I don't know. Would y'all want to watch me tomorrow to finish the other half? Or is this kind of boring? Mystic, boy, I know you ain't lying. Next 4 hours, my ass. Next 4 hours, my ass is gonna be in the bed. But I'll tell you one thing though, John. That voodoo you've been trying to put on me, man, it ain't been working here lately. Um, I think you're gonna have to remove some of the stuffing. The voodoo doll is a little too thick. Close enough. Wife is at a concert with a friend, so I'm bored for now. Must not have been a good concert because you didn't go to the concert. I don't know who's playing. I'm just curious. All right. Well, that's what I know, Mystic, because you put too much stuffing in the voodoo doll. You took some of that stuffing out and helped me lose a little bit of weight. That voodoo might pack a little bit more of a punch. But Mystic, I'll tell you one thing, man. Every time I see you, and I'm gonna have to kick Steve's ass on this one. Every time I see you, that damn song gets stuck in my head. And I don't know why that is. Gem Blossoms, Blues Travelers, Spin Doctors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame you for not going, Eric. Oh, you went to school with the members of the Gem Blossoms? What time is it? 4:30? Let's see here. It's 4:30 somewhere. Not here though. All right. All right. This one, so like these little stock rails and whatnot, what I have to do is I have to use something to press the rail into the jig as I heat the solder up because they like to stick out a little bit. Okay. Like I said, get off my lawn. Man, that's why I got 2.5 acres. I'm definitely not the people person I used to be. That is not me. All right. So I think I'm going to work on this side for the night and then we'll call it done. I'll have half of it. So next up is going to be the frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Right. And there it is. Toad and the wet sprocket. Yeah, just most people, man, they're just freaking dumb. It seems like the only time I can um, do people in general is like at train shows or if I'm at an op session. Other than that, not so much. There we go. Yeah, me too, Ron. When you work in the public sector, they just get on your nerves after a while. Okay. All right. Let's see. Which frog do I need on this side? Pretty sure it's going to be this one. And that would be correct. But I will tell you, like, after the train show last weekend, man, my feet were killing me. All right. All right. Let's see. So I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to glue the frog together before I put the frog in the jig. All right, Mystic. We'll see you next time, buddy. Thanks for popping in. All right. I'm a little off. Yeah, I'm not going to be in here much longer myself. Like I said, my goal to get half of this here done. That is my goal. Okay, that looks good. Alrighty. Now to get some flux. And I'm going to put that point form on it to put some weight. And see if we can't solder this bad boy in. All right. And there we go. And I'm just going to put some more solder on the top, hoping it makes its way down to the bottom. That did not sound good. Sounded just as if my separated. There we go. Yeah, the frog rails wanted to come apart, but I got them back together. And we'll cut and cut. So the only thing I have left on this side to do is the two center rails, but I'm not going to be able to do those until I get this side done. And so I'm not going to do that tonight. So I'm getting ready to go. Autobots rollout. That's where I'm at too. I'm rolling out myself. So definitely no Bumblebee or Optimus Prime here, and I don't even remember the other ones. I think Ratchet, Jazz, or something like that. I don't remember. So other than that, I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me as I'm working on this number 5 HO scale double slip. And I don't know, I might go live tomorrow and finish it up, or I might just finish it up on my own. Who knows? So other than that, congratulations, Lynn McCurdy, on getting your 80 pills cut in half. That's a huge feat for you, I know. So congratulations on that one, buddy. But other than that, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Fill in the bell so you'll be notified when I go live the next time, and not try to wonder if I did or did not go live like Lynn McCurdy. And I can do that because I always give Lynn hell, but he gives me hell back. So that's all part of the fun camaraderie that we have. And just make sure that you thumb it up before you leave too. So other than that, y'all be safe out there. Happy railroading. And Matthew, I will try to do an LCC video once I get the Q logic figured out. All right. All right. Y'all take care. Be safe. Happy railroading.